Okay, so here's the app. I'm going to sign up. I'll put in my information and sign up. It welcomes me and asks me to connect my device, so I'll do that. It detects my smartwatch. Yes, that's correct. Then it asks me for my goal for this journey. So I want to get better at studying. Now I need to input a few things. So it wants to know what my device tracking features I would want for this goal. So I think sleep and calories burned would both help me here. And then self-tracking, I think calorie intake and time spent on social media would help. So then I set the amount for each goal. So 8 hours of sleep seems fine. Here it asks me for my height and weight, so I can calculate recommended values. So I'll put those in. So now I get to do my calorie burn amount, which this is the recommended value, but I'll go a bit higher. And then I'll enter my calorie intake goal. Default value seems fine. Default value for social media seems fine. Now I get to design my protagonist. So I'm going to give it a different set of hair, and then I can change different features. So I'll change the upper body to have a vest. Sure. Are you sure you want to? Yes, I'm sure. Now I get to define my character. So it's presented as a sentence to sort of play into that narrative theme. So my character's name is Willie, and they represent, and I could choose a myriad of things. So it could be a coach or a good friend, but in this case, it is myself. So I'll continue. I could make side characters, but I'm not going to do that for this. So now my journey begins for getting better at studying. So Willie woke up today determined to accomplish a new goal, that goal being to get better at studying. Such a task is no simple feat. In order to do so, they will need to climb the great mountain. Nonetheless, Willie is excited for their new journey. So since we have no data at this point, that's all the narrative has for now, so I need to come back later to continue the story. 24 hours pass, I sign in. Here I can see my data journey, and I could add more, and I could also edit the goals, but I'll just continue for now. So I need to enter my values for this, so I'll put my calorie intake and my social media time spent, and it generates my journey. So Willie began climbing the mountain, energized from a good night's rest. But their attempt was not without conflict. A barrage of boulders began tumbling down towards them. Feeling energized, Willie was able to avoid 2 swift boulders. However, there was something that took Willie's focus away. A platypus balancing on what appears to be a rubber band ball. Willie just couldn't believe what they were seeing, but then it hit them. Like physically hit them. A small boulder smacks them right in the face, sending them down. Willie laid for a moment, letting what just happened sink in. Getting up, Willie began recovering, but they soon realized something. They recognized where they landed wasn't far back. Slightly relieved, Willie felt once again ready to continue their journey. So that's where it takes me for now. I gotta get more data to continue the story once again, but it'll show me how the app interpreted the data. So here we can see what my calorie intake and burn amount was for the day and in relation to my goals, and then there's a screenshot of one of the events that happened, so I can click on that. Meeting your calorie intake and burn goal contributed to Willie being able to dodge the swift boulders. Okay, so looking at others, looks like it's the same for sleep. But for social media time, I have this red event because I went over my social media time goal. I ended up getting distracted, and I could give feedback on like whether or not I think that's uh, an accurate representation of it, but uh, I'll be done for now. So I can rewatch the journey I just did, or I could try editing my goals, but the app says, it's still very early, so don't be too discouraged. So I guess I'll take its advice in that case. So 24 hours pass again. I get a notification on my phone. Don't forget to continue your journey. Well, I did forget, so 24 hours pass again. I sign in, and it says, Willie, and I'll continue my journey now. So it looks like I missed a day, so just try to put in all the information you can. I'm only going to put in info for the last day because I don't remember. So I'll put in my calorie intake, my social media time, and we'll continue. Willie was ready to continue their trek once again. This time they were presented with a new challenge. A wall way too steep to hike up. Willie would have to climb it. With great focus, Willie climbed the mountain wall. Willie was able to barely make it through. They laid down after making such a valiant climb, but then something went wrong. Everything went black. So sometime later, I wake up, confused, and realized I was in some sort of cave. And then I was shocked to find out I wasn't alone. So then an old man comes and he says, Don't be alarmed, I'm Ash, the keeper of this mountain. You're lucky I found you when I did. You passed out from exhaustion. My advice, don't do this journey alone. I can join you to aid you to the top. So I found an ally, and if I have allies, they'll give me little tips on how to keep on track. So they'll give some suggestions on how to be more consistent in achieving my goal. So I can customize their appearance or choose for them to depart, and they won't be part of my story anymore. So what the heck, I'll say yes to Ash. I'm humbled by your choice. Now let's get moving. But if I were to give advice, I'd say not to look at digital screens at least 30 minutes before bedtime. So I guess not having good sleep was the reason I lost. I passed out there. So with their new ally, Willie was ready to continue their journey. Willie's journey will continue, yay. So I keep at it for many more sessions, and then it prompts me after one of them, how far in achieving your goal do you think you are? So I think I'm pretty close. I've been at it for a while, so I'll say 90%. It says making good progress. Okay, we'll check back later. So I do many more sessions once again, and now I feel like I've done it. So 100%. Excellent. Looks like Willie's journey will soon have a conclusion. So now my journey is glowing on this menu. And continuing their hike, Willie noticed something shocking. There it was, the top of the mountain. Willie was overjoyed. They immediately ran straight for it. Perhaps they ran too fast. And I fall over, and Ash lets us know, let this be a reminder that although you've reached your goal, you shouldn't immediately fall back to your old ways. Nonetheless, Willie did it. They could finally say, I was able to get better at studying. So, congratulations, I did it. Now I get to have the option of making this a routine journey, which is basically just an endless form of the journey, just to keep the routine going. So, sure, I'll do that. And it gives me a nice little ribbon saying I've done it. So some features that didn't make it is that I could have